However, the new style of mice is going to look something like this. Now they're going to come in derivations. Now you notice the light here shining underneath the mouse. That's a infrared light. Some of these can be visible light, some of them may not be visible light. This one is visible light. You've got the dual buttons. You want to get down carefully in between the rollers and around these buttons here to clean out any dirt, grit, and grime. And then you'll note here that there is, in fact, a little teeny window with a light shining directly at you. Okay, that tends to get plugged up. There tends to get a lot of dust in there. The other thing you want to take very careful note of is, if I can rotate this just so, is the contact points. Okay, every mouse that rides on a mouse pad, moves around, is going to have contact points. These contact points in all four corners are something else you absolutely need to wipe down, get all the dirt and grime off. Again, use your lint-free cloths with them. This is something you need to do on a regular basis, about once a week at the minimum. Now, here's one that's a little bit different. This is an old style mouse, and you'll notice the color. Anyway, each retaining ring, in this case the older style mice, have a round ring that locks the mouse ball inside of it. You'll notice that there's a locking ring there that rotates and it will pop out. Every mice is going to be similar to that. However, you'll note here specifically that embossed inside of every mouse is going to be on this retaining ring. There's an arrow to show you which way to rotate it to open it, and then there's little tabs here, and you can see that each one of these little guys right here is indented so that you can pry it open and closed. Okay, best if you can hold this down on the ground when you're doing this, because these things can be a little tight getting in and out. Now let's go to the third one here. Now the styles may look a little bit different, but they're all built the same inside. Also have you note here that there are two styles of plugs for mice. Now there is an older style for serial mice, but those are almost impossible to get now. They don't make them anymore. They don't put them on computers. So you're going to come up with this PS2. It's usually color coded. It's a round connector, and then there's your standard USB mice, which again will have a USB plug which is rectangular instead of the round one. A lot of the mice that you buy today, you'll actually have a little adapter that will go from the USB and convert it to this style right here, just in case you have the wrong style. However, if you go to replace your mouse, make sure you take a sample with you just to make sure. Again, 3-button, or excuse me, yeah, this is a 3-button. You've got left and right, and I don't know if you can hear the clicking, but if you push down, there's a button there too. So it's a wheel and it's a button. Most, if not all, of the standard mice are going to have the same kind of layout now. As you'll note, this one here, again, 2 buttons, 1, 2, and 3 buttons. If any of these are acting up, you'll probably want to figure out a way to get them cleaned. The button that's inside of this roller here is kind of hard to get to, probably not something you're normally going to want to clean or have to clean. Anyway, let's get back here to opening this thing up. Again, the retaining ring, you've got the index marks here and the divots here, or indentions, to allow you to push to unlock the ring. You also have the arrow indicator showing which direction to rotate the ring in order to unlock it. Now most of these, if not all of them, are going to show with these little plastic indicators here that are embossed into the bottom. They're showing you the direction to rotate in order to unlock it, so you have to go the opposite direction to relock it. Again, push downward, and you're going to have to be a little forceful sometimes, but each of these will in fact open up. Flip it over, mouse ball drops out. The critical point isn't necessarily to wash the mouse ball clean. The important thing is going to be, let me hold this up here. You'll notice the little white wheel right down here. Okay, that little wheel right there. That little white wheel is going to have grit and grease and grime all the way around it. That's what you're going to want to carefully scrape off, and you want to make sure that that wheel is completely clean all the way around. You may have to put your finger in here and rotate it a bit at a time to get it completely turned around and cleaned. The other contact point, now this again is because of this style of mouse. Every mouse has contact points. The contact points are going to be, for this style with the ball in it, is going to be little wheels. This differs from the newer style optical mice in that your mouse contact points are on the wheels themselves. These little dinky wheels here are actually what's controlling the mice. And again, you want to carefully scrape this one down as well. Let's see here, I can get it in the field of view for you. That little black roller right inside there, right there, is going to be what you're looking for. Again, carefully rotate it, scrape any grease and grime off of it, and then after you're done scraping the grease and grime, carefully tap the grease and grime out. If it comes off in chunks, and believe it or not, it's probably going to be kind of chunky. If you let it go for any length of time, it gets a lot of dirt and grit down in there. Then you're going to want to carefully take your rag, which we mentioned before, reach down in here, and just carefully rotate this around and continue wiping the mice roller to make sure it's absolutely clean. Once you're done with that and you've wiped down the mouse ball, drop the mouse ball back in, flip your retainer back over, and drop it in. Now these may also be directional. Some of them are, some of them aren't. You're going to have to just pay close attention when you pull it apart. If it's directional, it means that one side of the ring has actually got different size retaining indexes right here. This little guy here is a little retainer. There's a little groove, and it will rotate into this locking mechanism over here. Absolutely critical to make sure that they're either both the same size or not the same size, because otherwise you could damage your mice trying to put them back together. You'll know if it fits right. If it fits right, it will drop cleanly and smoothly back in, so it's smooth all the way across. If it does that, you're good to go. Just take your pin, lock it back in place, mouse is ready to go, you're all done. Anyway, thanks again for watching the video. I really hope this video helps you understand both how to open, close, clean your mice. A little explanation on the different styles of mice and how they work. Again, there's two types. There's a mechanical, using the ball, writing on wheels, and there's the optical mice, which are bouncing light off of balls